Day 11 of 25 Days of Disney, and for day 11 we're going to talk about Cinderella, the original 1950 classic from Disney. Got several re-releases. I don't know when the most recent one was, but it was sometime in the 1980s, I'm sure of it. And this film was a big hit for Walt Disney Animation in the start of the 1950s. And it featured the voice talents of Eileen Woods, Eleanor Audley, Verna Felton, and countless others. So a young woman by the name of Cinderella is forced to do work around the house as a maid while her evil stepmother and her stepsisters don't do anything much except what things they're supposed to do, like play music or find stuff to get ready for the ball. Yeah. So Cinderella decides that she wants to go to the ball too, so she enlists the help of her mice friends to make the dress. It's the one she finds in a book, and they needed beads and sash and whatnot. And when Cinderella put on the dress, she came downstairs and she said, "Doesn't it look beautiful?" And the Anastasia and Drizzle didn't think so. And then they ripped it apart, and Cinderella ran out crying, so she enlisted. Then the fairy godmother comes along, so that she has to believe magic once again. And just a wave her wand, and Bibbidi-Bobbidi-Boo, the pumpkin turns into a magic carriage, and each one of the characters becomes different parts of the coach. The mice become the horses, the horse becomes the rider, and Bruno becomes the footman. And they turn Cinderella's rags into a gown, and she goes off to the royal ball where she meets Prince Charming, and she dances with him. And then when the clock strikes midnight, the spell is broken, but she loses her slipper along the way, and then she returns home. And by then the pumpkin carriage was gone. And then she still had her glass slipper. She was in a good mood the next day, and then the evil Lady Tremaine locked her up in a room, and she was stuck there and couldn't get. And they had to enlist the Jacques and Gus to help, and Lucifer was always trying to foil them in every way. Until Bruno and her other animal friends, like the birds, decided to take matters in their own hands and do away with Lucifer. And Lucifer fell, and they got her out. So Anastasia and Giselle tried on the slipper. It didn't fit either of them. And then Lady Tremaine said, "Oh, that's it. You can go now. We're done." But not so fast. Cinderella came over the slipper, and one of them, Lady Tremaine, tripped him, and the glass slipper was broken. But she had the other one, and it fit her. And then she and Prince Charming got married, and they lived happily ever after. So it was a great movie. Bela Gerson was the narrator of that one. And the film was a huge success back in 1950. The #1 at the box office. And as I said, it had re-releases before. And it found its way onto VHS in 1988. And more recently on DVD back in 2012. So Cinderella is a timeless classic for you and your family to enjoy. And it's certainly a favorite among everyone. So that's pretty much going to do it for day 11 of 25 Days of Disney. And I'll see you guys for day 12.